Thank you for being here this afternoon. Certainly wish none of us were here for this purpose or any reason, but we are, and so we proceed. My job, more often than not, is a really fun and exciting job. Most days are days that a lot of people would love to have. But unfortunately, it also comes with days that I certainly would not like to have, and I know that most people would certainly not want to have either. It involves tough decisions. And being the athletics director, in a lot of ways, is not that unlike being the head coach. Head coach has got to decide who the coordinator is, got to decide who starts at quarterback, he's got to decide who's on scholarship, who's not, who travels, who doesn't, who plays, who doesn't. And all those decisions disappoint somebody on the other side. This is a decision that I certainly wish didn't have to make. I wish we wouldn't have been in this spot because I know it disappoints a lot of people, especially Coach Rhoads, his staff, and our players. Coach Rhoads, his staff, and our players handled this extremely well. I wouldn't have thought or expected anything different from Paul and his staff. They're classy people, they're friends. Paul's my neighbor, and I hope to have a great relationship with him for a long time. Sometimes you can want something more than it wants you. I wanted him to be our coach. He wanted to be our coach, but it just wasn't meant to be. A couple clarifications. Paul was not let go because of what happened on Saturday. We have a saying in the locker room, no one player, no one play costs a team a game. No one game costs a coach their job. We made the decision to make the change because we simply didn't win enough games and we weren't trending in the right direction. Why this week? There's never a good time to do it. But we felt, number one, it was the best time for the players. They're off school this week, gives them a chance to be able to deal with the challenges that come with the coaching change while they're still together, while they still have a chance to have their brotherhood and deal with it as a group, rather than next week when they're not coming to practice, when they're trying to go to school. And so we felt it was just better to deal with it this week and give them the opportunity to deal with it as a team, as a unit, while they weren't in school. We thought it was a better time for the coaching staff. The assistant coaches would have all been taken off on Saturday night, Sunday to go out recruiting next week. Would have to call them all back in. It just was better to give them the ability to know their fate and time to be able to process that while we were still here. Thought it was a better time for our program. It gives us a chance to get a leg up on what is a very convoluted marketplace right now. And lastly, and most importantly, thought it was the best time for Coach Rhoads and his family. Gives them a chance to still be with their team, to have an opportunity to still coach these kids for one more week, give them a chance to be able to enjoy one more week of what's been a very enjoyable 7 years. As Bill Fenley once said, don't be sad that it ended, but be happy that it happened. When Paul and I met yesterday, that's what we talked about. He got 7 years to do something that most people give their right arm to do one time. We focus on the end, but there's been some great moments during that 7 years, and hopefully over time, he can take a lot of comfort in that. Why now, when it appears our team is young and made some progress and ready to go? I believe our team has got more talent in that locker room than we've had in my 10 years that I've been here. We have unbelievable potential, but unfortunately they don't keep score on the scoreboard for potential and talent. They keep score on results, and we just didn't get the results that we need to get. Sometimes new leadership sparks tremendous success. When I look back in the history of Iowa State football, what Coach McCarney did to take this program from ashes to where it was when he was able to hand it off to the next. And where Coach Rhoads has taken this program and put people in the stands and put wonderful facilities for our football players and staff to use. Now it's time to hand it off to somebody else to see if they can take it to the next level. The search has begun, and as we've done in the past, we're not going to comment about what's going on in the search process until it's complete.